Oh, you trust
Okay.
me on this one.
Um,
Did
oh,
you?
earnings calculation.
No, just click on the resources button. You actually have to click on it.
Yeah, I did.
And then at the very top,
Oh, I get it. Okay.
see that? I knew you could do it.
How soon are they uploaded here?
Um, I don't know.
I think it's generally like the week after.
A whole week?
Just about, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But you can get the field training training. It's Facebook live streamed, and I've copied that live stream right into our health coach page, which I know you go to 3 or 4 times a day. I know that. I know.
Oh, good, because I had to be on another call and I missed it, so I really want to be on. Want to.
Yes, and it was a pretty good one too. Uh, OPTI, boom. Next, I've got the live stream about to go. Safari choked, so we're going to the other one. I assume the other training is still going on, and that's why people haven't popped over yet. I hope people jump in right away. So, okay, go live. All right, so we are live over in that area. And all right, so we've got a bunch of stuff we want to talk about. I don't see very many people on here yet. They're probably still in that other one. So don't want to pull them out of there, but Jen Jones, put a sock in it. That was from me. You know what, Diane? I'm glad your notifications are set to on.
Oh,
That was just a test.
I don't know how to turn them off. So.
Oh, good. Well, you'll do well. At least it pinged you. So as we're getting started here with the folks that are here so far, do you have, because you guys all went to the Transformation Summit, do you make sure you book some time with me? Maybe you already have, so that we can go over action items, because this dash incentive can be paired up with the challenge, and it would be a big month to do 25. It is absolutely possible. No question. We have 640 people in the challenge. Hello. Like, it's huge. So we can do this. As we're starting out here, as you guys are rolling in, I want to have some participation here. I want to kind of create a little bit of vision here to get you guys to understand a principle, and then we're going to dive into a little bit of detail here. And so the first principle is, think of a time. Well, before we get into that, let's just all take 2 deep breaths, because we've been kind of running between meetings and we've been running to get home and we've had a lot of stuff going on. So let's just stop for a minute and breathe. We'll take 2 deep breaths. That's one. One more. Ooh, boy, that's nice. It's always nice on this side of the breathing, isn't it? I always am thankful when I've done it, but I don't do it enough. So, all right, welcome. Welcome to the OHC VPE huddle. Brought to you by Lynn Ann Miller. Hello, Lynn Ann. So I want you guys to stop for a minute and think about a time when you set you had a compelling reason to chase after something, but it took longer than a year to get it. So something, because I mean, if you can have a compelling reason to have, pizza, and you can have that in 30 minutes or less from Domino's, right? But think of something that took more than a year to get. Go ahead, Kelly.
Um,
Oops, you muted yourself. There you go.
oh, took longer than a year to get. I remember I'm a car guy, so you probably wouldn't have guessed that.
Yep.
But anyway, I saw in 1990, 89, really, the Miata just came out, convertible. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
And I said, I got to have one of those cars. So I just, and I was teaching school, didn't make a lot of money, and I just saved, and a little over a year and a half later, I found one that later found out they were getting a divorce, and I was able to purchase this Mazda Miata convertible. That is something I really wanted, and I kept the car for about 10 years.
Wow. That's a great example. So a car, so you had to save, work at it. There were things that came up that money could have been spent on, but no. That was in the Miata envelope.
Right.
And then you found a good deal, worked it out, and you had it. Yeah. That's a great example. Anybody else have something that you've worked for that took consistent? Like one of the things with Kelly is he had a compelling why. And it was called The Wind in His Hair, with that convertible, driving around that little sport model, trying to catch the eye of dawn. Woo-hoo! Right? So who else? What else? Who's got another compelling thing that you've worked for?
Me.
Christina and then Diane.
I really was compelled to finish my degree a few years ago. I took 10 years off and was so terrified to go back to school as an adult working full time. And I was able in 14 months to complete my degree in one of the hardest seasons of my life. And it was amazing when I did finish it.
Okay. Awesome. Now you probably there were some things along the way that you didn't know how to accomplish, that you had to just figure it out, right? I mean, literally a busy season of your life, and you had to study and you had to figure out that, and you had to get knowledge to answer questions and tests and quiz and timelines and deadlines. And there wasn't you didn't have like a get my degree coach talking to you for 10 minutes a week saying, you got this, girl, right? Probably didn't have that. Probably just figured it out, right? So that's fantastic. That's a great one. Think about this when you were getting engaged to get married, right? Because that usually was first dating, then engagement, and then the wedding, and then all the stuff. And, that was a ways off. I was thinking of a high school. Go ahead, Diana. You were going to be up next.
You can, I don't have to share. I mean,
I want you to share.
You want me to share? Okay. Well, this one's a real physical one, but I made a commitment. I was going to train for a year to do Ironman. And, so I had to structure a lot of things in for a whole year, staying consistent, getting up early. Yeah. It was the hardest thing I think I've ever done, and I did it with a group of people. Guess what? 20 other people. And that was the key to my success right there.
That's great. Wow. Perfect. That's great. Thank you. So you can think about it. We've done some hard stuff. If you finished high school, I know when I first got in ninth grade, about my sophomore year, about halfway through, I was done. I was going to quit. I was going to go do something else with my life. I was done. But somebody came along and said, no, you started something, finish strong, finish this. This is a good thing. And I finished. I'm glad I did. some of you, and then getting married, that was another thing, right? That was a big deal for me. Think about the idea of retirement. You know, when you think about retirement, and I know I know one of you that's thinking about it right now, but I know some of you, others of you that have done it, right? And thinking about what's it going to be like when I don't have this normal size of income coming in, and I don't get up and go to work and come home and get up and go to work and come home and do this thing every day, you know. And the carpenters, you guys did that, and now, I mean, with Optavia, you don't miss that job, and you don't miss the small amount of money they paid you because you give yourself raises all the time. And so I'm thinking about the idea when we can set goals. And Dan Valentine said this, it was really powerful. It was one of the last presentations at the Transformation Summit. He said, if I were to ask you guys to put on 25 clients over the next 30 days, and I would pay you, $200. Well, you probably wouldn't do it. You just probably wouldn't. But if I offered you $1 million, even if you didn't know how to put on any clients, $1 million is right there, and it just had a contract that said 25 clients, this check is yours. You'd probably figure it out. I mean, I don't know what you'd do. You might have to talk to 1,000 people. So that's $100,000 per person that you talk to, right? I mean, think of it, $1 million is a lot. And so just if you think about the idea, if the value is great enough, even if you know nothing about it, you'll figure out a way. And putting on 25 clients, you know how to put on one client. All of you have at least one client. So to add to that, it's just more conversations and more people and more, yeah, I get excited. Yes. And then it's the enrollment and it's all that stuff. Right. And so I want you to think about the reality of what if we had 30-day incentive that ended on, it's not quite 30 days. It's like 29, 28 days. And we were going to shoot for 25 clients. Let's say we only had 20. Oh, rats. I'm a loser. I didn't hit my goal. Well, I don't know. 20 people's lives getting a chance to change sounds pretty cool, right? But what if you just stuck that maybe a bullseye up on the wall, and you put 25 in the middle, and you went from here to 25 and you just figured it out. But you really, really, really decided you were going to chase it, really chase it. Every day you looked at it, you prayed for those 25 blank lines. Every day you got up and you were like, I can't wait to meet these 25 people. We're going to do them one at a time. I don't know who they are, God, but I'm going to talk to lots of people, and I know you'll show, I know it'll happen, and I'm going to help somebody. And 25 was your number, right? But you have to have a compelling why to do that. And I was thinking about my compelling why, and I was talking to my wife about this today, and I'm going to be pretty transparent right now. My income is kind of beyond my wildest dreams. It's it's about 4 times as much as I've ever been paid before in a month. It's good money. It's crazy money, more than I need, more than my wife and I need. So we have extra abundance, and we're finding things to do with it, believe it or not, that involve other people, which is really fun. But I was thinking to myself, why don't I put on at least 5 clients a month anymore? I put on 1 or 2. Why don't I do 5? And my answer was, because I don't need the money. Think about that. And then I thought to myself, why is this about me? What about the people that are hopeless with their health, and my laziness, because I'm comfortable, is keeping them from this. I'm dead serious right now. Why wouldn't I put on 5 people a month and one of those help them become a coach for their own benefit so that they can then do what I did to them to other people? And what if this wasn't about me? Because I'm already beyond blessed. It's crazy. And I thought, my wife was like, well, then they could have the excitement of helping other people and then building their community, and then they would teach somebody else. And I was like, were you at the conference? Because that's the reality of it. And so it really challenged myself that I love it when I have new clients, because I put on a new client today. It's a quadriplegic lady in a wheelchair that's in the challenge. I had a goals session with her, and she's like, wow, but I need more help than 28 days. I need to lose some weight so I can keep my independence. And I said, Mary Jane, what a fabulous name. Mary Jane, why don't we set up another meeting and let's talk about this? She says, that sounds great, Coach Craig. And so we had a conversation today, and she says, I'm in, let's do it. And I thought, this is going to be a blast. And you guys, I know you guys have this. I know you guys are putting on clients and working on that stuff. And I went ED in 7 weeks, and I was working it. I was talking to lots of people, and I've gotten a little lazy. So I'm going to race you all. Who wants to race? Come on. Right? So here's the thing. If we were to lean in and set a goal of 25, I want to give a rough idea of what you would make. 25 clients with normal pay. If you're certified, that's going to be an executive director plus some. It's probably $6,500, $6,800 in volume. That's probably going to make you, let's just say 2,000, probably 2,200. It's a nice paycheck. $2,200 is a pretty nice paycheck. Who thinks that's a pretty good paycheck? It doesn't suck, right? Yeah, it's not bad. Then Optavia is going to pay another $2,750. So now it all jumps. So let's say it's 2,500, 2,750. We're about 5,300. Who thinks that's a good paycheck? $5,300. And if you're already making money now, that's the $5,300, just kind of bonus. So if you have a normal job and you're making 3,500, well, now you're at 8,000. And who thinks 8,000's a pretty good paycheck? I think. Come on, raise your hands. There you go. I want some group participation, right? That would probably be square away Christmas in Hawaii. I don't know about you, but $8,000 gets you to Hawaii, and you still have some left over probably. So I'm thinking about, what if we had a belief and a target and a compelling why that was bigger than us, and we just went after this thing. In addition to all that, if you have a coach on your team, by the way, I don't need to go into too much detail, but any client that hasn't ordered since, I think it's August, I'm going to look at the date here. It's a crazy number. It's not that long ago. Let me see here.
August 11th.
August 11th. Yeah. So August 11th, if a client hasn't ordered since August 11th, so August, September, October, November, so about within the last 3 months they haven't ordered, they qualify. So you can go back to clients that haven't ordered for 3 months and they order. So it's new clients. Many of you that have been coaching for a while, it's old clients too. Kind of inactive. And so you can, a lot of times those people they could place a 1 month order pretty easily. And that can help you do this. Now, if you have a coach on your team, new coach or a old coach, you help them put on 5 clients, and then you get bonused on that too. So there's a lot going on here, and Optavia has never had this. They also have incentive trip qualifying volume that goes towards your qualifying volume to go to the Bahamas. There's just a lot of things. And so I don't know if you guys, but the reality is if you don't say, who here thinks it's scary to say, I'm going to shoot for 25 in the next 30. You think it's scary. Yeah, it's a little scary. You will not get it unless you set a goal to do it. It's impossible. It won't just happen. You may have one or two that just sort of happen. But if you write it down and you look at it every day and you do something every day that works you towards it, you will get you might get it. You might get really close. You get way closer. So it's scary. I wrote down some scary goals and I thought it's not that scary. Once you write it down and it's sitting there, it's not that scary. It's not like someone banging at your door, in the middle of the night. That's scary. Or you're in a house full of girls, Diane, and someone knocks on the door and you're not sure what's going on and you make the only guy in the house go check to see if the door's locked. Diane. It's so funny. Once I went and checked the door was locked and I came back and it was locked, everybody's like, oh yeah, it was no big deal. But before that, everybody was hiding in the corner. Oh, funny. Anyway, that was a side note. By the way, it was so much fun being with you guys in Phoenix. Oh my goodness. So good. So any questions about the Dash incentive? And then we're going to jump over to the challenge because they're related. And I'm super excited about this. Hi, Mandy. Are you upside down? She looked upside down. No, she's not. Who has questions about the Dash incentive? There she is again.
I do, Craig, but I'll talk to you about it. I'll set up a meeting with you to talk more in detail about that.
Okay. Well, if you have a question you think other people would benefit from, ask it. Because we can talk about it now. If it's a way that you're going to get there, yeah, I can talk to you about it one-on-one. But if you have an understanding of what it is and how it works, definitely we can talk now.
I actually don't understand it, and I just need another brief rundown of what it actually is, and
okay,
that's cool.
It's basically an incentive for bringing on former clients or new clients in the next 28 days. And if you go to the Optimal Health Coach page, that's our coaching page, there's a live stream. By the way, here's how your mind works. 5:00 is with Optavia Corporation, Dr. A, awesome coaches, corporate message. 5:30 Pacific, field-led training. That's not the company. That's all of us coaches that have independent businesses that are all working to help each other. There's two entities. The corporation, which makes all the cool foods and pays us our awesome checks and tracks all of the stuff and processes our credit cards and does all that stuff that we don't have to do. That's the corporate 5:00 with Dr. A. Then there's the field-led training at 5:30 every Monday. Then at 6:00, it's just us. It's our little fun little team, right? So that's Mondays for you. Literally, it's 2 hours on Mondays, 5 to 7. On Wednesdays is another hour starting at 5:30, which is an element and then a trilogy. That's it. That's the primary stuff that happens every week. And that's going to be 3 hours a week of your time to just set you up well and keep you rooted. I encourage you guys to figure out how you can get there. But you can tap in and watch it on our Optimal Health Coach page, the live stream from the 5:30 field-led training that just happened. And Jen Jones explains it in detail. And I wrote down a bunch of things that I'm going to be going live every day talking about the incentive. And it's probably going to take 10 days before I get traction. I ain't going to quit. I'm going to keep going. And then it talked about talking to old clients that I'm sure put their weight back on, because almost everybody does, because it takes a while. Unless they became a coach, their likelihood they put their weight back on is very high. If they have a coach, it's still reasonable, but there's a better chance because they stay more in the groove with us. Patty, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I don't have a question. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I want to talk about the compelling reason again. and just kind of what you were talking about, and just having the importance of the target date. So we had talked earlier today, and so just saying I have 3 dates, and
Want to tell us your
having,
dates? Tell us what's going on with that.
well,
It's kind of
my
fun.
dates to retire. So
What?
like, yeah. So the best date would be when I turn 52, January 31st. Then it would be April after my grandbaby's here, and the very latest date would be before convention because I don't have that time off. So wasn't
It's
approved.
like,
So
I don't
that's
have the
like
time off, so I'm going to
motivation.
retire. Boom.
Yeah. So it does put pressure. I mean, pressure sometimes is good. It puts that reason that I need to work for it and actually take an action. So I've had this ideal, but until I put an action, it's not going to happen. So then with this the challenge, it's bringing on opportunities, and then with the incentive, it's another date that to try to get the 25 clients as much as possible before that date.
That's perfect. And some of the compelling reason is not just to be retired, it's what you're going to do with your life when you're retired. And
Right.
Patty's got some fantastically exciting ideas that involve other people's missions trips and some great stuff. And Optavia can write a massive check. It can provide the finances for all of that in spades. And there's
Right.
no way that your current employer would pay you that kind of money. There's no way.
Right. And I kind of, when you were talking about being honest about work, trying to getting more clients, and not because you don't need the money, and so I look at it as more people I help. Because that was kind of holding me up. It's like, I don't need the money, so I'm not going to work hard. Well, of course, if I retire, I'm going to need the money, but like, I need to get in the mindset of helping more people, and then money will follow. That's not as big a deal.
You can't separate them. You help a lot of people, the paycheck will just show up. The paycheck shows up, you helped a lot of people. They're just connected. They're both good. They both really good. So thank you, Patty. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So this dash thing is coming up here, or it started already. So any clients that you bring on are going to go towards that. Your first 3, you get enrolled in an incentive for $1,000 drawing. At 5, it's an extra $250. Well, if you're a new coach, does anybody know a new coach that puts on five clients in their first 30 days, how much they make? Anybody want to take a stab at that? Roughly?
$450.
$450. That is the number. Yep. So $450. And if you do 5 with this, you add $250 to that. So $450, $550, $650, $700. Show me another company that in the first 30 days, like how many candles are you going to have to sell to make $700 in your first 30 days? You want to talk about essential oils? I had a friend that sold $3,000 of essential oils and she got paid $90. $3,000 worth of oil. $90. She was pretty excited about it. I was like, $90. I mean, 5 clients, $700. Pretty crazy. All right. So hopefully you guys have some ideas. I really would love if it's scary, but I'm going to ask you to do something crazy right now. You go into the chat and put the number. Is it 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25? What are you going to shoot for this month before December 8th? And just put that number on and then pray for that number. Make 25 spaces, print out 25 health assessments, and oh my goodness, let's get to relating. Carve some time out in your schedule and just start calling people and start getting into that. I'm telling you, you're going to look back on this and you're going to go, oh, I'm so glad I know all those people. These people that are now part of their life. Good. Really good. Tina, did you? Hi.
Trying to get my little blurb off. I just got an instant message from my friend in Hawaii.
Let's all go there.
He says he looks great. And I know he's had knee problems, knee surgeries, everything. And he just looks great. They're excited. And he just said he's got several coworkers that want to get on it. And he goes, how do I get you as their coach? And I just instant messaged him back, telling him how. And I said, I'm really excited about doing it. And to my knowledge, it's 3 or 4 people. So that's the most I've had. So I'm excited about getting it started. It's just I can't get them moving once they tell me they have people. Because one person signed up under somebody else, under Jamie, his wife. And now everybody's seeing the change in him and all the changes in his health. And I just said, send them my way, please.
Yep. Well, and just so everybody knows that when you have something like that, the first thing I say, by the way, one thing I don't do, the website is for clients, not pre-clients. It's a secret. Nobody knows my website until you're a client of mine.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I don't know what you did. I'm just everybody. What I do when someone says I have somebody, I say, can you do a 3-way text message right now and say, hey, I'm a 3-way message. Here's my coach. I hope they can help you. I'm super excited for us. And that's it. That's where you start. And so for you, Tina, you would have him do a 3-way with you. And then I would buddy up real closely with Dawn and Kelly.
Yeah.
And they're going to help you with what to do, because you may not see this, but that is what we see from a pre-coach, that kind of activity. Now, certain things you can say, hey, you want to have all this work? And they'll go, no, thank you. But if you talk about the fun that we have with coaching, because he knows those people, he could possibly have a path to an unbelievable life. So you work with your mentor, and of course they'll mentor up with me if needed. But that is congratulations on, first of all, you stepping in the gap and helping this guy. And now his inspiration has inspired other people. Some of those people are going to get it, and their lives are going to be unrecognizable in a few years, in a good way.
Yeah.
Way to go, Tina.
It's a start.
Yep, it is. So now we're going to jump into the challenge. We have 640 people in the challenge, and I blame you guys. I blame you, Diane. I blame you, Amber. Where's Bessie? I blame her. Cassina, I blame you. Darla, I see people on there that you invited, all of you guys. Lynn Ann, you're all cranking it out. Patty and I are now fighting over people because we went to school with all these people. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know who they know, so I'll coach them. And they're like, oh, I'm already talking to Patty. I'm like, yes, Patty, go Patty. Right? By the way, I will not fight you for clients. They are yours. You got them. So we have a bunch of people, and have you went in and checked? There's these people that raised their hand, and you asked, would you like to be here? And they said, yes, I'd like to be there. And then you sent them an invitation, and then they joined, and then we had to accept them. There's always been a bunch of, it was hard to get in our group, and now they're in there. Do you know they're in there? Do they know you know they're in there? Oh, I reached out to them one time and they didn't reply. What if it took you 10 times? Have you followed up with them 10 times? They're busy. They don't know what we know, or they'd already be coaching. I'm serious. They don't know that their whole life could look crazy good because of what Optavia is it's just going to get into them, and they're going to be smiling. Their heart is going to sing and smile more. I know. I saw you guys. I saw you, Cassina. I saw your heart smiling this weekend, and I was there, and I got to hug it, and it was awesome. And Diane, you too, right? Amber, all you guys that were there. It was fantastic. So I want to just show you, I'm going to take just a quick little minute, and I'm going to just show you the people that are in the group, so that you guys know how to find the people that have joined. And I would love it if you all went and did this, and you did this often. because all these people raised their hand. They're in. And you invited them. We can see who invited them. It's easy to see. There's no mystery, right? So I'm going to share my screen really quick here. I just want you to see this. I hope all of you slow down and take the time to actually do this, because these people are like ready. They're ready to have engagement, and it's going to take a little bit of work, possibly, to follow up a few times. If you've been sending them text, try calling them. Don't be chicken. Pick up the phone and call. Send them a voice text. Send them a little video. Send them an email. Maybe try 3 or 4 different forums that you're trying to get a hold of them, because they got in here. They're in. They wanted in. I want you guys to understand. You go to the page, click on members. Then you just scroll down a little bit here, and you see how this says all members here? And then it says default. Well, what I did is I went down and you can click on alphabetical. I love clicking on join date, because this shows me the most recent ones that joined. All right. Maureen. Follow up with Trish. Amber. Rasa. She's yours. Michelle. Deborah Southwick. Drew Padarta. That's you, Don Carpenter. Right? Diane Thompson. Cass is just waiting for your call if she hasn't received one already. Right? Sure she has. Mandy Shaw. Stacy. She's on your list. Oh, Shannon. Mandy Shaw. Get after it. Arturo. Anita Casados. That's you, Patty. These people's lives are going to look better. Martin has one. Don Carpenter. Look at you. Now look at this. Gypsy Victoria Gideon. Is that the new coach, Diane? That she is. So Terry Lee. Martin Forbes. Jennifer Johnson. Here's a crazy thing. Jennifer Johnson is one of Cassina's clients. That's a wheelchair friend of mine that Cassina's coaching. She invited about 180 people to the challenge. Well, now they're joining. Do you think Jennifer Johnson is excited about this challenge? I think so. Because you can't mass invite people. You have to click a button for every person. She clicked a button 180 times. Like, she's excited. Eileen Butler, look at you. You've got a bunch of people here. Jennifer Johnson. I don't know who Amiria Ishmael is, but if I put my finger over it, Spencer. Spencer's got somebody here. See, one mutual friend. Eileen. Who's Sherry McConnell? I don't know. Let me check it out. I'd have to do a little more research. Couldn't figure out who that person is. Tennessee. It's probably Cassina or Bessie. I blame you. Right? Eileen. Another person. Amy Gertz. Look at Amy Gertz. Hannah. So, Craig, look at your doing something. Yeah, I know, Patty. We went to school with her. If you want her, you can work with her. Darla. Make sure Sterling gets a lot of attention from you. So you're looking through these? You see this? Here's another one, Eileen. Look at Eileen. Killing it. Jennifer Johnson. Hello. Another Eileen. I think Eileen is working overtime. Look at this. Eileen. Amy Gertz. The funny thing is some of these people haven't had a lot of success at really coaching a lot of people. But now they're doing something different. People are in this challenge. Here's Rita. Perfect. Jennifer Johnson. Debbie Lunst. Alyssa Ellis. Martin Forbes. Kelly Carpenter. What's up, Kelly? Lynn Ann Miller. Are you talking to Rosemary? I hope so, because she likes you. So as you go through here, you can just look down this list of people and make sure you put those. So then when this person's on here, look at that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk to Missy in 4 minutes. Went to school with her too. Carrie Armstrong, way to go. So anyway, I hope you guys get my point here. Is if you go in here and you spend some time looking through these names, if you're not calling them, they're not being called. I hope you realize that. You invited somebody to a party, and then you went in back room and closed the door. And they're out there going, I don't really know anybody in here. Where's Lynn? Where's she at? Come say hi to me. I know her. Where is she? Right? So hope you guys understand that and you get it. They're just waiting there. And there's all these people that they may not know what we have to offer, but they're in the challenge. So keep inviting. Our next challenge is going to start on December 2nd. Just giving you a heads up. There'll be promotional stuff. There'll be a new banner. There'll be all that stuff. Well, hopefully we'll take these 640. We'll move them over into the next challenge in December, and we'll double it. So anyway, so here's some ideas. And again, these types of things, I was thinking about this idea, and Dan Bell talked about this. This is really powerful. We're going to finish up real quickly. But if you were to do 5 clients a month and one of those 5 became a coach, and then you taught that one coach to do what you just did, that new coach brought on 5 clients and one of those 5 became a coach. And then you did it again. You just keep doing that one thing. 5 clients, 1 coach, 5 clients, 1 coach, 5 and 1, 5 and 1. And then each coach that comes on, you do your 5 and 1 and you teach them to do a 5 and 1 and a 5 and 1 and a 5 and 1. In 1 year, you're a global director. Well, let's just say you slowed it down and you did 5 and 1 over 2 months. Or let's make it really easy. You did 5 and 1, 5 clients and 1 coach, but it took you 3 months. And everybody else did the same thing you did. In 3 years, you're making $40,000 per month and you're an integrated global. In 3 years, that's a 3-year plan and a pretty 5 clients a month with 1 coach. It's just duplicating what you did. Everybody knows 5 people. If you're married, you got your mom and dad, you got your mom and dad-in-law, and then you got your spouse. Last time I counted, that's 5. Those are all people that know you pretty well, right? That's not even any friends. So stuff that I'm going to be doing here is a daily live video. I might do some Instagram stuff. I'm going to create some interest. Hey, I've got room. I've got space in my life for 25 new clients. I've cleared my schedule and I made room for 25 people that want some help getting through the holidays. Who want? Comment below if you'd like to talk. Maybe you've gotten close to your goal and you've gained your weight back. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of us out there that need some help through the holidays. I need some help too. I've got room for 25 spots. What if you just said that every day? I just gave you the words. You don't have to even come up with new words, right? Old clients. Anyway, just some ideas there. And then, there's a little bit of incentive stuff. And you can throw out some incentives. If you're making $750 as a brand new coach, you could give away a couple of $25 incentives. So we've got virtually no time left because I've got to jump on with Missy. But I just hopefully what I'd like you to do now is go into the chat and put in the number that you're going to shoot for and be afraid. I know some of you did that. You can be a little afraid, but you can do it afraid. This is way easier than doing a Ironman. Trust me, way easier. I wouldn't even do an Ironman. Diane's loco in the cabeza. But I'm gonna shoot for 25 in the next 30 days. I'm gonna do it. And if I get close, a lot of people are gonna smile. Oh, I didn't hit my goal. That's okay. What if I hit 30? Why not? I could do a lot of things. So I want to encourage you guys all with that and go into the challenge. There's a bunch of people in there, and then do a Facebook Live. Talk about from your heart, the community that you found some hope and that you got space to be able to work with some other people. Darla, you're doing a fantastic job with your lives. You just really are. And thank you guys all for the work you're doing in the challenge. Tomorrow, we've got the incredible Mandy, and she's going to talk about her sand, all the sand in her shoes from this Sandhill challenge that she's done, right? And we've got a bunch of you that are doing these little videos, and they're fantastic. Debbie, you did one. Lynn Ann, you in the grocery store with your tortilla shells, adorable. So way to go, everybody. Way to go. All right. I expect a phone call or set an appointment with me if you were at Intentionality Summit, because the people that were at Intentionality Summit, you've got a little star. If you qualified and you went, You've got a star and you have my attention. I am available. Let's change your life and the lives of a bunch of people. I mean, let's for real do it. Because we don't have to look for a tool. We have one. It's awesome too. Okay, you guys, I hope that gives you a little bit of stuff. I hope you figured out your compelling why, and I hope you will just carve some time out and just do this. It's not that hard, really. It's, hey, was thinking about you. You could just start there. And the ones that say, hey, back, maybe you talk to them for a little while. I mean, seriously, that's kind of it. Don't do what Dan Valentine did for us guys. Take a picture with our shirt off and send it to, our ministry leaders at our church. Yeah. Dan Valentine, the guy that went IPD in 11 months. He made a lot of mistakes. He took a lot of actions. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, let's do something. Let's do some crazy stuff and have a lot of people smile. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Looking forward to meeting with each of you individually. Take care, everybody.